The Bitcoin price got rejected today. The crypto altcoins are diving deeper into the red, and the question is, when are we going to see the altcoin season? When you're going to see your altcoin backs exploding, and are we going lower in the immediate short term? This is what we're going to cover today in this video. Welcome back to Crypto Vitaly Dubin Crypto Show, and I'm excited to deliver this content to you to see what's happening in the market. Let's start with the chart. The chart is saying clearly that after yesterday bullish engulfing candle on the daily, we got rejected, and the chances are that we head lower in the immediate short term are just increased by this move. But make no mistake, all Bitcoin has done is going on an uptrend. If you look at the bigger picture, we're just creating higher highs and higher lows, and this market structure has not been shaken out. It is a normal price market volatility, what is happening right now. And if you look at Ethereum right now, that is trading at around $4,025, is basically retesting for the last year and a half this incredibly important level of $4,000. It's literally testing it right now. We haven't broken this down. We are simply retesting it right now. Yes, if you look on a daily, we do see Ethereum trade below the low that we have set here at $4,080 in 19th of August. So this is something we do not want and like to see for Ethereum and for the altcoins, because Ethereum is the #1 altcoin. But if you look at the zoom out, you can see that we are in a sweet spot of retesting this very, very crucial level. It's the most easily seen on the weekly chart. Now, yes, we do see most of the altcoins are nosediving today in the markets, and I want to pinpoint a couple of facts. We see gold has been rising to pretty much new all-time high, and rotation from the gold to Bitcoin might happen as investors take their profits and place them into the Bitcoin. So this may be in the play. Also, the total 2 market of the entire altcoin space, excluding Bitcoin, has seen the cup and handle formation. So this is the cup and this is the handle. So now we are over here at this level. This looks extremely bullish over here when we're able to break this level to the upside. Now, what we are seeing on the monthly right now is, well, the month is not finished yet, but maybe a rejection. But you can see the momentum on a monthly. We're still heading higher for the altcoins, and October and Q4 in general has been very, very bullish, and we expect it to be very, very bullish. And the seasonality of it all, that every September so far, we have seen some bearishness in the month of September. Now, if you look at the Bitcoin, we are still printing this green candle over here, and it's still 5 days left to the close of the month. So it's not really been a bearish month since the beginning of it, of September, unless we close below 107,000. If we are trading above $107,000 for Bitcoin, this is okay. This is normal market volatility over here, and Bitcoin can take off in the next couple of months, October, November, September. So if you look at funding rates, which basically shows who is paying, the longs paying to the shorts or the shorts paying to the long, we can see that it's negative Ethereum funding rates right now. And what does it mean? Whenever you see, and I like this chart, we go into the negative funding rates when there is more short position than the long positions, right? We're seeing a reversal because the money tends to go where the liquidity is. And if a lot of people are in the shorts, then the liquidity is when the market goes higher and grabbing those what's called a short squeeze. Okay, so this is something to keep in mind because we are in this red negative funding rates right now on Ethereum, and you can check the Bitcoin Ethereum USDT perpetual also is hitting negative rates. So reversal is coming, but be very careful with your risk management. This, for example, account you can see started with $40 million on Hyperliquid on the 21st of August. And in just 5 weeks, he lost pretty much everything. $500,000 is what is left, and now he's withdrawing that, right? So you can see completely destroying $40 million, okay? Because of risk management and fear and greed and revenge trading. This is what's happening when you don't control your emotions and you're trading like that. So no, don't let it happen. Always control. First of all, if you are playing with leverage, okay, and there is so much leverage in the system, we see $1.5 billion of longs got liquidated just a couple days ago. We're seeing that and Bitcoin didn't move that much to the downside, right? Just a couple of percentages. That's how much leverage we have right now. People are playing. So if you are gonna play with leverage, well, you do want to have a situation, okay, where you play with leverage on a small amount of your portfolio, and you have stop loss in place. You know exactly what's your strategy, when you're exiting, what is your take profit, what is your stop loss, so the loss doesn't become too big, okay? This flush has brought to you by Binance. Manipulation is happening to basically get and liquidate the longs. So Binance is doing it through a market making company, Wintermute. So that's normal in the regular business of running a perpetual exchange. When the market goes lower and those longs are liquidated on the edge of 4,000, 3,900. So that is what's happening. Now, can we go lower for Ethereum? Yes. We might go lower in case Bitcoin revisit 107,000, then Ethereum can go lower, perhaps to 3,800, 3,700, a quick dip there. But I do see a bullish reversal for Ethereum. I do see that we are going to get back to the 4,800 and then go to 5K and 6K. There is so much bullishness in the market that we just cannot ignore. So looking at Bitcoin usually bottoms in September. In just 2 days, $7.5 billion in Bitcoin options will expire with maximum pain at $107,000. Historically, Bitcoin moves towards max pain during such huge expiration dates in the options market. So there might be still a big leg down left before reversal. And that's what the chart is also hinting to us right now with this rejection, that we might go lower and revisit this level in 1 or 2 days to $107,000, and then massive reversal to the upside. We're seeing that $330 million in Ethereum longs just got liquidated in 24 hours, right? Which is a lot. A lot of leverage in the market, and most liquidity right now is getting stacked on the top side. So what does it mean? The short squeeze might be coming. There's a lot of liquidity now because the market turns more into the shorts positions. Whales continue to buy. They bought 210,000 Ethereum worth $863 million via the OTC, right? So it's not affecting the market, but they are accumulating. The whales are accumulating. And in regards to the altcoin season, this chart, let's look at a total market of the altcoins compared to the Bitcoin. We're seeing the altcoin season 2017 where it took us, to 2021 when it took us, now we're 2025. Do you think we're gonna stop over there at 0.36, right? I don't think so. We still have room to grow to the upside for the altcoin to make their major wins. We have $1 billion of Tether just minted, so the Tether becomes more and more, right? So they keep printing USDT backed by something, I believe, by the real assets in the banks. So we are seeing this money is being printed in our crypto economy, and that can precede the pumps. So we also see our old poll coming out and saying the 4-year cycle is now the 5-year cycle, and Bitcoin should peak in 2026, probably in Q2. That is what he's saying. You can listen to this episode over here, but the time will tell, of course. If we judge by the previous cycles, we should top somewhere in the next several months. But maybe because of the institutions and the ETFs that are here now, maybe we're going to top out, in Q1 or Q2 of next year. So who knows? Maybe it's going to be a prolonged cycle. Sometimes we see this, okay, this time is different, but time will tell. Maybe it is not different. But what we do want to see is fairly shortly, some flash crash a little bit for Bitcoin, retesting maybe $110,000, $109,000, and then going back to 120,000, and then go to 125, 130,000. That is what is likely to happen, unless we break this market structure, unless we go to, let's say, $100,000. That will be not nice. That will be going into a different direction, and that will be look more like a distribution here. But do you really think that $120,000 was the top? This is how the blow off top looks like? No, it's not. It doesn't look like a complete mania blow off top like we've seen in the previous cycles. Okay. And we had the Federal Reserve rate cut odds in October jumps to 94%, which means there is high likelihood, there is more money to be made and to be injected into the economy with the interest rates cut are so high. So that means that, we in October is coming. October is coming. Taking a look at Aster. Aster coin got to $2.40, which is quite a lot since when CZ started to posting about it. And even though it doesn't, look how much he's shilling, his Aster. Like, take a break from Aster and BNB, do one of these. So he's talking about health, but he's not really talking about health. He's really talking about Aster. And Aster do come out with their soon Aster layer 1, yeah. So the CEO Leonard basically talking about layer 1 that is coming, token buyback plan. So maybe this $2 that we are seeing right now is still cheap for Aster, and we are gonna see much higher prices. This thing just launched, right? So imagine where it can be during the altcoin season. Maybe $10, $15, $20, who knows? $30, and maybe $2 is very cheap for Aster. So Aster, if you don't know, it's like a perpetual DEX of doing right now billions of dollars in daily volume. So it's a lot, and it's competing with Hyperliquid, which is the #1 perpetual DEX right now. But Aster on Binance Smart Chain is definitely coming. Okay, U.S. lawmakers ordered the SEC to enforce Trump's order to bring Ethereum to 401k. So imagine Ethereum coming to the pension funds of the users, not just Bitcoin, but also Ethereum, and they can buy. How much of that Ethereum demand is gonna be? So I can definitely see that Ethereum going to $10,000 or $15,000. Even Apple CEO Tim Cook says, I love Bitcoin. He's been interested in for a long time. So we might see some kind of integrations with Apple devices and crypto. Let's see how that will play out. And a little fun fact, Ethereum supply on exchanges hit a 9-year low. So what does it mean? That there is not much Ethereum left on the exchanges. It's been scooped up by the whales, So October, let's focus on that. October is coming, and it's usually been a very bullish month, a very, very bullish month for Bitcoin and for the altcoin space. So let's live through this September. October 1st and 2nd is going to be the Singapore event of Token 2049. So let's kick up Q4 in a major way. And finally, the SEC approved the hashtag Nasdaq Crypto Index US ETF to operate under a new generic listing standard. The fund is now cleared to hold crypto assets beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum, including Ripple, Solana, Cardano, Link, and XLM. So very, very well. Fully approved by the SEC, and you can hold this ETF, this Nasdaq Crypto Index US ETF, and have a chance to have a nice portfolio by with all the traditional institutions who are holding such an index fund. Okay, so that's overall the news that I have for you. Watch a close eye how we're gonna finish the day. It does look like a little bit more pain is coming in the immediate short term in the altcoins and into Bitcoin, the way that things are looking in today. And but this is short term. Over the long term, the trends are still intact. On the macro trends are still intact. We are bullish, but more pain might be coming ahead. So warning you in advance. I want to wish you a very nice Thursday, and I will see you in the next episodes of Today in Crypto Show.